Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 40 of my PySimpleGUI lessons. In today's video, we're going to be explaining user window properties. So first, let's just make a really simple window just as a base to show the properties. So let's make 5 lines of input text elements, and below let's say put 2 buttons, a button that says OK and a button that says cancel. Alright, and then we can make the window and layout, then the while true loop, event and values equals window.read. We can print the event and values, and then if event equals none, then we break, and then we close the window. Okay, so let's run this. We have 5 lines from this, and the 2 buttons, OK and cancel. And the return value 0 to 4 is the 5 here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then now let's get on to the different properties. So we're going to be focusing on this sg.window, the different properties, also known as attributes. So for example, Python learning is the title, and the layout is the layout. Alright, and after this, we have something called location, which I think we talked about briefly during the pop-ups. So if this is 0, 0, then it goes to here, and then the first value is how much it goes right, and the second one is how much it goes down. So let's say 100, 100 should be somewhere here, yeah, so like here. And if we want it to go down more, we can make this bigger, like let's say 500, and it will be over here. Alright, after location, we have the size. So size, let's make it really big, 500, 300. The first one is the width, second one is the height, and then it's like this. Okay, let's change the location, sorry. Just put it in the center, so none, none. Now it's like this. Because of the size, it's really big, 500 by 300. And after size, we have the element padding. So this one is similar to the last two. It's a tuple. The first one is the padding for the width, and the second one is the padding for the height. So let's say 0, 0. This way everything would be connected like this. So like there's no space in between any of these. And then if we want to increase the width, let's look at the 2 buttons. Let's increase this to, let's say 5. That would be a little increase. And if we want the height to change, let's say 15, then it would increase like this. Okay, let's change this back. That's a bit too much. Alright, so something like this. Okay, maybe let's change this to 5 and try it. Now it would be like this. Alright. After element padding, we have the button color. Alright, for this one, it's also a tuple. The first one is the text color, and the second value is the background color. So if we do red text with a black background, then it would be like this, red text, black background. Of course, we can change this to, let's say, white, and it would be like this. Okay. Now let's turn this back to none. After the button color, we have font. Font, we can make a font type, Times New Roman, and a font size, let's say 15. And now it would be like this. Okay, and let's look at the Times New Roman font. Like for this, the font would be Times New Roman. Okay, so after font, we have the background color. Background color, let's say blue. Oh, don't forget the equal sign here. If the background color is blue, then it has a blue background effect. Okay, let's change this back. Okay. Alright, after the background color, we have the auto close. Auto close, Boolean, finally. If this is true, then after 3 seconds, 3 is the default, it would close automatically. So like this, 1, 2, 3, and it closes. So after auto close, we can change the duration. So auto close duration. This is in, the unit is in seconds, so let's make this a little bigger. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now it closes. We can also make this less, like let's say 2, it would be 1 and 2, and then it closes. Okay, let's turn this to none and this to false, because I don't want this to close on me while I am showing the other ones. Alright, after auto close duration, we have no title bar. So no title bar, if this is true, then it would have no title bar here, like this. And we can no longer X this. Oh no. Oh, okay, so we can use the stop to stop it. Yeah, let's turn this back to false so we can deal with it later on. So now if this is false, we are able to close it like this. So after no title bar, we have the grab anywhere. So grab anywhere, if this is true, then wherever we grab, we can move this around. Of course, if we press the input text elements, we can't move them around because it is seen as trying to highlight stuff. Like if we move our cursor around, it's seen as trying to highlight the text. Alright, after grab anywhere, we have the keep on top. So if this is true, then this will always stay on top. If we select something else, let's go into YouTube, this still is on the top. Even if we select this, search something here, and then it is always on the top. Alright, so let's get rid of this and turn this to false. Then let's rerun this code. Rerun this, and if we simply click somewhere else, this goes behind. So that's keep on top. After this, we have the resizable. If this is true, then let's rerun this. We are able to make this bigger or smaller. Like this. We can make this bigger or smaller. We can also press the full screen to make this the full screen. Alright, after resizable, we have the disable close. If this is true, then we would no longer be able to close this window. Okay, let's turn this to false. Rerun this. And now we are able to close it. Yes. After disable close, we have disable minimum. Disable minimize. If this is true, then after we run this, the minimum button is no longer here. We only have the close button, Thank goodness it's false now. Alright, let's turn this to false. And now we are able to full screen and minimize this. Alright. Okay, after disable minimize, we have the right click menu. So right click menu is the same format as normal menus. So we spent 2 videos on this. I'm not gonna go over this again. So simply square brackets and then another pair of square brackets. Now anywhere we can, on this window, anywhere, if we right click, we can find this menu. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and as you can tell, it's an event. After right click menu, we have element justification. 3 values, left, center, or right. Of course you can write the word, but it's simpler to write the letters, so let's do that. L for left, it would all be to the left. Center would be centered. The 2 buttons are now at the center. And right would be at the right, like this. The input text elements don't change as much because they're already stretching out this window at the width, so it can't really change that much. Alright, after element justification, we have the transparent color. This one, in my opinion, is quite cool. Like, it can make one of the colors transparent. If we want the background to be transparent, we can simply give this a really unique color, background color. Let's say blue, and let's get rid of this first. Right now, all of this background is blue. Oh god, okay. And let's turn this. Let's say we want the transparent color to be blue. Now, all of the blue is transparent. You can see through it, like over here. But as you can tell, these, you can't really see past these input text elements. We can still type and nothing really changes. You can still press the buttons and full screen, minimize, and we are still able to close it. Okay? Now, how about if you want to make these slightly able to be seen through, like these right here? Then we can change something called the alpha channel. Alpha channel is it's a float in between 0 and 1. 0 is completely invisible. Everything is transparent. The window is still generated, but it's just everything is transparent. If this is 1, nothing other than the transparent color defined here is transparent, just like we showed. So the default is 1, but in between we can use a float like 0.5. 0.5 would be in between. Semi-transparent, you can kind of see through it, like over here. We can still put stuff on top, like this. You can still put stuff, and you can still press the buttons. So close it. We can make it a little bigger, let's say 7. And now it's a little better. And by the way, you can click through this to edit the stuff under it. Alright, that concludes lesson 40 of my PySimpleGUI course. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember, crack the coding enigma with work for tuition as your sigma.